Over the past relationships even, I had always been the one doing everything for the men and I didn't get much in return. The only time I would see him sober was early in the morning. But the things he would tell me and say to me were hurtful, they were insulting, they were not even right. Denial of his drinking, he would deny that he drank, you know. He would come home reeking of rum and say, but me never drink. So basically, when he was drinking and a man would even only say a word to me, he would get into this ranting thing, leave my woman alone, why you hit on my woman for, and going on and on. And he said something about Mayumi, she was right beside me, which was completely uncalled for. And Mayumi got so mad, she jumped him. She threw him on the ground. Fair.
We as fear pitney not going to make no man come and stand up in front of mommy and disrespect her, and we just left it like that. So we always stepped in between. Hey my lovelies, it's your girl Mel. Welcome back to my channel. Wanna know, so once we're here with mommy, it's another story time with mommy. Story time with mommy. So today's story time is all about mommy. So I'm getting a full story time with mommy today, because I saw some of the comments, saying, oh, we love story time with moms alone. I'm getting one today, so stay tuned.
Hi, Miss Lovelies. Yeah, today's chapter of Mom's Story Time is actually a very difficult one. I have been contemplating for a good while now, not even that I do it, but how to do it. You as our Mixed Beauty Male family have grown pretty much close to us. And therefore, I trust that you will listen to this chapter with an friendly ear, with a, how to say it, with compassion, and try to understand the whole situation. There have been quite a few requests over time to let you guys know about my relationship with Richie. I have left him out pretty much of all of our stories, but then I have decided to give you one longer chapter now, actually from 2008 to 2019. And after that, we will follow up accordingly, or according to the years that will still come now. So, let me start with 2008, or not even let me start with 2008, no. Let me start with the good sides that I saw in this man and that I fell in love with and that have been prevalent until this day to a big degree, which are that he was somebody or is somebody I can rely on in many, many ways, because I mean it is very hard in Jamaica, sorry to say, to find a partner that, especially as a woman of my color, to find a partner who is not only after your money, but who will share your life and work with you to a degree and that you can trust in many ways. And that actually turned out to be the case with Richie, because when we first met, I had been alone for 8 years, fending for myself, doing everything for myself and my children, without a partner, without any assistance. And when we met, I was so astonished to find a man that would basically do anything for me. I mean, I could ask him whatever I needed, or if I needed to find some people, if I needed help in any way, if I needed assistance in other ways. He would try his best to help me and accommodate me and be there for me. And for me, it was such an unusual situation that actually, in the beginning, I felt almost overwhelmed. No, not almost, I did feel overwhelmed. And because he was always there and say, oh, what can I do for you? How can I help you? Do you need this? Do you need that? And for me, it was like, man, give me some space, because I liked him and everything. But for me, at first, it was like, whoa. But
she wasn't used to it
I
anymore.
wasn't used to it. I was so used to fend for everything on my own that this person suddenly in my life who was willing to be there for me was so unusual that I had basically a hard time to cope with that. Luckily, I mean, it didn't take that long for me to get more and more used to it. And of course, for me, it was a big relief to finally have somebody in my life that would be my partner, my companion, and that I could really rely on. He used to be very, very honest. I mean, we would talk about everything. He would tell me everything. He would tell me what he was thinking, what he was feeling. I would do the same with him. We would share our pasts, which both our pasts, I mean, mine. His wasn't easy neither. But he insisted on telling me even the bad parts and where he made mistakes and where he was wrong. And I was like, whoa, somebody who actually admits to his mistakes. Great, And then another thing too, he is a certified accountant, and at that time he was working for a businesswoman in Port Antonio and ran her bar as well. And he was very honest also with money. Because as it turned out, I could give him money and tell him, please do that and buy that. And he would come back and give me the bills down to the cent. I would get back everything. And he prided himself of, here, see, I'm not taking anything from you. This is it and stuff. And as long as he had money, he would always buy things for me, little things like fruits or stuff like that. Because the income in Jamaica is not all that high. Something that I wasn't used to neither, having somebody who would
cater to you.
Cater to me. Because basically you know my history, over the past relationships even, I had always been the one doing everything for the men and I didn't get much in return. So this guy, suddenly came out and was bringing me little things and I was like, whoa, and well, so our relationship kind of got stronger and stronger, and our love grew, and all these little things, this helping me out and being there for me and trying his best to help me with everything, actually are still there. So I really felt for the first time in many, many, many years that I had a real partner in life. Now as time went on, I mean, I told you the story already that he decided to let go of the bar because he was drinking heavily. He was drinking white rum and did not become him. He would get very, very aggressive when he would drink white rum, or any rum, by the way. And we had a point where he attacked me and I was going to separate from him. I told the story already. When he then asked me if he would not go in the bar and stop drink white rum, if I would give him another chance. And contemplating all the things all the qualities that I had discovered in him, and of course I had feelings for him, so I decided, okay, sure, let's try. So basically he stopped to drink white rum, and our relationship continued basically. And then what happened though, he more and more grew into, we didn't move in together right away, it took a few months, but once we moved in together, he grew more and more into dealing with the business as well. He became something like a food and beverage manager. He would be the one going shopping, for the business and for the house as well. Seeing that I could trust him with the money, it was no problem. He would get me the best deals on many things like vegetable and stuff. Would come, hey, see, look, this is what they really cost, and I got it for so much. So really proud, really cute, and I was glad because our business always struggled all these years. So every little cent that we could spare was, of course, very, very good for us. And basically, in time, then he stopped work for the other lady because she kind of closed down her businesses more and more. She was pretty old at the time, and he was not really needed anymore. So he grew into our family business with whoever, if Yosha was there or Mayumi was there with me working. And we would do these things together. I could ask him even like, oh, I need to pay this bill. Could you just go for me and pay it? And stuff like that. He would always do it and always be there. And of course, that was very nice. The one point though, I never understood. He insisted that he was not working. But I said, Richie, you're working with us. We have a family business. Everybody is doing their part. So of course you are working. Take it as working with us. We do things together. We accumulate whatever we can get. We live off it together. Everybody get their fair share. Nobody got a salary or anything, of course. We could just pull out whatever we needed to pay the bills, to pay rent, electricity, you name it, food. And he was part of it. And he was doing his part for it as well. But he always insisted, no, I'm not working. I said, all right, fine, then you are helping. No, he said, I'm helping you out. I said, all right, if you want to see it that way, your choice. But as it happened then, it's like he did not stop to drink altogether. He continued periodically. I mean, he was not always drinking, but he had his times when he was drinking, and within those times, it went harder and harder and harder. And sometimes we had times when the only time I would see him sober was early in the morning. And then we would drive down, he would get the money to buy whatever was necessary, and by midday I knew he would be drunk. He would do his work, his job, he would buy the stuff, he would see that we get it, he would do everything. But over the years, little by little, it turned out that he took money for himself to drink. Like he would, you see, when you go in the market here, you don't get a bill, right? I mean, you just kind of know what you have to pay, put it together, that was it. So he came and wrote down market and wrote down some money, and basically I had to trust that it was that.
So basically, like you're buying some lettuce, 1 pound of lettuce, the maga tell us say it's $600 per pound. He then could easily just write down, who knows, just for an example, 700, 800.
Yeah, just add it on. And then if you have tomato, if you have several things, you can add on each item a bit, and then he would have money for himself to pay for his drinks.
Yeah.
On the side, he would also, he's a smoker, he smokes cigarettes and never stopped. And he always would come and start to short the money, and then, yeah, I bought some cigarettes. I said, okay, you're a smoker, you're working, you're doing what you do. No problem. Then he came with cash pot. He used to love to play cash pot, which minimum money is a $20 here, $50 Jamaican there, that is basically nothing. So, but he told me about those. Never told me about the alcohol though, right? But I kind of figured it out because I say, hey, the man must get some money somewhere to do that. Throughout those times when he got drunk, when he is drunk, he is very, very aggressive. He is very angry. He is very, he's bitter to a degree as well. He would talk to himself. I mean, consistently. He would come home in the afternoon, in the evening, and be in one room and talk to himself, talk. and talk mostly about his situation and money, money, money. It was
Well,
always
it
money.
wasn't really talking. He was basically
Mumbling.
cussing,
Yeah.
cussing, but he's not cussing with anyone. Like he's not having a conversation with anyone but himself. So he's cussing about what he's going through and his situation at the moment, or any little thing, even if something happened in the day prior, like maybe
like some people clash with him, or some
people at the
would,
bar clash with him or something. He would just be there,
and
mumbling
everybody was always wrong but him, of
the
course.
whole time, just mumbling away and just cussing at himself, basically.
Yeah, true.
So,
but it's very upsetting because you see, I'm somebody who I like positive vibes around me, and to have a person like that around you is not very easy. Plus, at points in time too, he would just reach home and start cursing me and insulting me about things. I was sometimes sitting there and saying, what is this all about? Why would he do that? You know, and I mean, nobody is perfect. Of course, we did not have a perfect relationship, but the things he would tell me and say to me were hurtful, they were insulting, they were not even right. Because sometimes I look at him and say, who are you talking about? It's not me. I did not do anything like that, or think anything like that. So at those points in time, he was really, really a very, very hard person to live with. I was crying more than once, and I was desperate more than once. I felt so hurt a lot of times. And when I wanted to talk with him about it, would be mostly early in the morning, only time he was sober, right? And then he would look at me and say, you are lying. I didn't do that. I didn't say that. You are lying. Why you lie about me? And that hurt again. Because why would I lie? You know, it's not necessary for me to lie. I mean, what you can see there, he was practically totally, when he had his drinking times, totally in denial. Denial of his drinking. He would deny that he drank, you know. He would come home reeking of rum and say, but me never drink.
It's not just reeking of rum. He was slurring his words.
Walking like...
He was staggering all over the place. So it's not like just that you could smell it, you could literally see
you
it.
knew.
And then he would always be like, no man, me just have one drink. Me no drunk, man, me no drunk.
So completely and totally in denial. And I used to, I mean, I don't know how many times. Mind you, we are talking about 11 years. 11 long years. Him going through the same thing over and over and over. Drinking for a period of time until it got really, really bad. Then suddenly he decided, oh, I'm stopping now. He would stop for weeks, sometimes months, giving me the hope that, oh, he finally understood. Oh, finally it's going to change. Because when he did not drink, we got along fabulously. No quarrel, no problem, loving relationship, tender relationship. Everything was good. All the problems and the environment and everything was the same. But the relationship would be a complete different one. So his drinking times, the relationship was lousy because me just daring to even make him aware about what he was destroying with his attitude was too much for him already. And it was, every time he was on the drinking binge, it was very hard. Plus what happened too, he was very jealous. So basically, when he was drinking and a man would even only say a word to me, he would get into this ranting thing. Leave my woman alone, why you hit on my woman for, and going on and on and on. I mean, taxi drivers. I used to sit, mostly when we drove home in a taxi, I used to sit in the front, he in the back, and then I just exchanged a little word with the taxi driver, or he exchanged a word with me, and he would start to rant and rave in the back.
And it's not no flirtatious,
nothing. It's like just a normal word, you know, like basically, where are you stopping or something, you know? And the man would get off and curse. So I found myself in situations where I had to apologize for his behavior, where I had to apologize for his words, because he could be very, very hurtful to those people as well. But for him, it was an ego thing. I'm Richie. I'm the one here. Everybody know me in Port Antonio. You see, like when he drank, his ego, his self-esteem multiplied to a degree that was only visible to him, though. One point that always made me very, very sad was to see the reaction of the people when he was drunk and was in the town and talking to people, himself feeling, I'm the one. The people around him laughing at him, smiling, like this smirky smile, you know, look upon the drunk guy there, you know. One thing, Richie is very well known in Port Antonio. People like him, they love him because he's a very helpful person to many people. And to see those people whenever he was drunk, how they reacted towards him, like this almost feeling sorry for him. Oh my God, why this guy is so drunk all the while. People told me, they say they don't understand why he's doing that to himself. And it was very, very hurtful for me over the years to see how he thought people would be really going out to him and feeling that he is the one he was feeling himself. And instead they were just pitying him and just feeling sorry for him. And I tried to explain that to him over and over as well. I said, Richie, just look what you are doing. Be aware. They do not admire you when you are drunk. They admire you when you are sober. Because he used to, for example, bail out people out of jail because he has a good reputation and everything. So he was able to bail out people from jail until their court date. And he was asked frequently to do so. And he did. He helped a lot of people that way, until I even said to him, why aren't you doing that as a profession? You are basically bail out people, take 10% of the bail sum as your income. Because at least then you would get at least something out of it. But he always refused and did it for free, just to help the people. So basically his good side could have even turned into a little business for himself where he would make his own money, because what he did not understand is, or what he did not acknowledge, I think he understood, but he didn't acknowledge it. Our family running that business together, right? As I was mentioning already, we would draw out the money we needed to pay the bills, to pay rents and stuff like that, to pay food and so. And the rest of the money would have to stay in the business to maintain it, to buy goods again, to pay salaries, you name it. So basically our business was never that strong that we had a lot of surplus. We never had. We were basically, all those years we have been living from hand to mouth. So that business, yes, it was feeding us, it was paying the bills and everything, but there was not much money extra. Now he felt that, oh, at least you should give me $1,000 here and $1,000 there, so I have money in my own pocket. Well, the point is, Mayumi, for example, who worked with me and me, we did not have money in our own pockets neither. We were living off the business money, as did he. And we would not spend any extra money too much. I would buy clothes when I went to the Christmas market in Germany and earn my money there, and then I would buy clothes like once a year, and he would get his share. He would get the same thing that, or even no, man clothes are more expensive. Basically, I spend more money on him than on us, you know. And he smokes, as I mentioned, and would take all the cigarette money, would take all the cash pot money, would, neither Mayumi or me or Melody would smoke. None of us play cash pot. So basically all that money that he took for those things were more than what the rest of the family would take out of the business. But he never acknowledged that. He always felt that, oh, he's working so hard, he's doing this. He used to help me clean up in the mornings too and set up the restaurant and stuff like that. He's doing so much more than other people and he should get... Basically, he wanted a salary, which I couldn't grant him because we couldn't afford no more salaries. Because this is a family business. We were working together as a family. Not we and he as an employee. No. We are one family. So all these...
And the fact that he basically started it off with saying, oh, he's not working with us, he's helping you out, but all of a sudden he wants to turn it around and say, oh no,
I want money, he
wants
deserves money
because then it's considered a work for him at that point. But
So
he keeps on saying, no, he's helping you, so...
Yeah, it wasn't logical at all. And basically, he felt all these years, basically, that he who should have gotten more. Never seeing that he got more already than anybody else. Like, and none of my children ever got angry or so saying, oh, him always getting cigarette money, where is my money? Or why don't I get extra money? None of my children ever complained. But in his head, it was always like, oh, I deserve more, I deserve more. Instead of saying we are all pulling together as one family, trying to get this business working, trying to live off it, and that's it. So that was a big part of his frustration, I guess. And of course, we all have our demons to fight with. And his past had not been easy, so I guess we can look in his past for his drinking. But the point is, if you are constantly in denial, you will not be able to ever solve any of them or be able to better yourself, because they will always be in the background. Now, throughout my life, I've always tried to look in the mirror and look at myself and say, Sabina, okay, where are you wrong here and what can you change? Or what happened to you in the past? What can you learn from it? So basically, in his case, up to this day, he is in complete denial about his entire former life. And I honestly believe, if him and me hadn't been in this relationship for so long, he would be dead already. He would have drunk himself to death already. But me being always there for him, always by his side, always pushing him to stop drink, and then whenever he did, I was always showing him how appreciative I was of him stopping and enjoying our relationship again and trying to work on it again. And we have had so many ups and downs, drinking, non-drinking, drinking, non-drinking. I mean, over the years, it was like, I don't even know, it's countless. He used to, at one point in time, he like I say, can become very insulting, and he knows, he is a good listener, and he knows people, and he knows how to push people's buttons as well. And he did that one time with Mayumi. Right in our restaurant there, he was stone stiff drunk, and something was occurring. I think him and we were quarreling about the same being drunk again. And he said something about Mayumi. She was right beside me, which was completely uncalled for. And Mayumi got so mad, she jumped him. She threw him on the ground. In his drunken head, wasn't that hard. And she was so upset, with right. And that basically it resulted, as of that evening, that I told him we cannot be together anymore. So he moved back into his mother's house for the time being. He was there for 3 months, and he got sober in those 3 months. And we always kept contact. I don't know why. I could never really cut him off completely. And he never let me go neither. I mean, he would always search the contact again and stuff. And then he showed me, look, I'm sober now. I understood. I did wrong. It just cannot work again, and so on and so on. So after 3 months, of course, I'll let him come back in my life, because the love between us was always there to this day. So we have had quite a few encounters like that, where he was really getting insultive to people, and as I said already, I had to apologize.
He clashed with basically almost all of your children.
Yeah.
At some point
Yeah.
in time.
Yeah.
Because I even when I was, I remember there was one scenario where I was really upset with mommy because of him, because it was some form of drinking stuff as well. And I was still at Compre at that time. We were living up by Rancho.
Okay, I was pretty much in the beginning.
Yeah, you remember that time when I literally was so upset. I don't remember what exactly caused it, but I know that I think at that point, I'm not sure if you were drunk in the night as well.
Yeah, I used to drink with him frequently too.
Yeah, so mommy
but I carry my alcohol different.
Mommy was drunk too, and then I think they were just arguing back and forth, and I think it was some form of jealousy stuff as well again, and like it just was so upsetting to me, because me Panta 5 minutes like see mommy drunk neither. It's not like she does anything like extremely like annoying or harmful like that either, but it's as a child, you just don't want to see a mother in that state. Like you don't see it, you don't like to see it happen. So I was probably around 14 them time, and I got so upset, like me literally raised my voice off at two of them. I didn't give a damn at that point. I cussed them out, me literally cussed them out good and proper. And I know that he had something with Yosh at some point. Well, it wasn't necessarily against us. It was more like sometime it was we were trying to protect mommy at that point, because sometime, as we said, he would like get angry, and then he would never directly want to put his hand on mommy or anything, but you know, when you get aggressive and pushy and like you're stepping closer to that person,
very
and insulting and saying a lot of words,
saying
and, you
things that were so unfair.
We as fear pitney not going to make no man come and stand up in front of mommy and disrespect her, and we just left it like that. So we always stepped in between and stuff like that. So it was that kind of stuff that kind of caused tension between us and him, because it was never really directed towards us. It was always directed towards mommy. So that was the contention there with the children. But you know, mommy, we understood that, hey, when he was sober and stuff, he made mommy happy, and we as children, you know, we want mommy to be happy, of course. So we just couldn't do much about it. I drew myself like completely back from them. Like I was like, whenever I came on to him, I just disappeared at some point. Like I literally did not want to have anything to do with it. So even when I saw he would be drunk and stuff, and I hear mumbling and stuff, I gone in my room.
Actually, that is what did happen to me as well. As soon as I realized he was drunk, I would get up, even come from the living room or wherever I was, and go in my room and close the door and say, I do not even want to see him. I do not even want him to be able to mumble a word to me.
Because there's just only so much you can take. Yes, yeah. We know that he's drunk, and he's doing it because he's drunk, and when he's sober, he never does it. But when you hear him start say certain stuff, like, you're not going to have no choice but to react. And out of respect of mommy, I would try to not put myself in that position. But trust me, me and female meet umpteen time. Same way, like, literally.
The sad part only was that at that point in time, he would not even realize.
Yeah.
So it's not like whatever you told him at that point in time would impress him or anything, because by next morning he forgot it. It was not there anymore. And then if we would tell him, or if I would tell him and try to make him aware of what had happened again, well, he would call me a liar, being again completely in denial,
And
and
if
that made it almost
everybody,
impossible. Yeah.
everybody around him, like mommy would say, you know, say you said this and that last time. No man, no man. And then whoever would be there, Yosh would be there, say, yes, you said this, Richie. He would be, no, no man, me? And we're like, yeah. And then, like, I literally, it was later on down in the years, I literally told mommy, say, hey, you know what you need to start do? Just record
Taping,
him, and
I
then you
always
show him
forgot.
back. You show him
Because
back
when
in
you're
the
in the
morning.
situation,
So mommy
I was
never
so
did
shocked.
it.
Although I was almost used to it, I was still shocked every time, and I never thought about it, to be honest.
Because if he
and
would,
afterwards I said, damn, I should have done it.
probably if he would see it on video, he would
In his sober.
maybe understand,
Yeah.
but just word of mouth was not enough for him.
So basically, as you can see, in this relationship, we had our good times. That is why I went through it all these years, over and over and over. I swallowed the bad times, always in the hope that one day, he would finally get out of this. But I guess being an alcoholic like he is, without professional help, it is not possible to beat that demon by yourself. You would have really needed a professional person in his life, a psychiatrist or whatever, and helping him out. When he is sober, we still get along fabulously. Basically, although our life circumstances have changed, as I can tell you from now. Basically, as I said, the rest of the story will come up at a time when the years will come up, which is practically soon. We are at 2019 already. So you will hear the rest of the stories. I can tell you from now already, since a very short time, him and me are totally separated. Through some action that he did again, that again have been extremely hurtful to me, and finally brought this whole now 14-year-old story to an end. So let me tell you, Sabina is single. And I officially declare I do not want to spend the rest of my years as a single person. So, if anybody knows anybody who knows anybody who is interested in a serious, loving, caring, honest, without behind the back action relationship, you know where to reach me.
Yes, mommy is single and ready to mingle.
Yeah.
I mean, she has been single for a little while, but you know, it takes a little time to get into that stage where you're ready to be open to, you know,
Because to be honest, I still had a little hope, because he turned sober from February this year again, and I had a little hope again, one more time. But it turned out it was the circumstances he created made it impossible to even ever get together again.
and the worst part is, it took one drink. It took him one drink to get drunk.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much for him
Yeah,
to get.
he
It's
can,
not
his
like
body, his metabolism cannot process alcohol.
it's
It
not.
cannot.
It's not like he would be at the bar like for hours upon hours, and he drinks like 7, 8 drinks, and that's when he gets like extremely drunk. No, it took one single drink.
And his personality would change,
And
his voice
everything
would
changed.
change, his walk would change. I mean, the whole entire person, like you turn a switch. One drink, switch, boom. And Richie became this absolutely disgusting person. I mean, eventually disgusting person to me.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, so I don't know, have you guys ever experienced like any, you know, any
Relationships like these?
relationships with an alcoholic? Like, how have you coped with it? what steps have you, or if you yourself have been like in that state already of being an alcoholic, or drinking a lot and stuff like that, what were the steps that you have taken to better yourself, or what steps were taken with your family member or friendship or whatsoever? Like, I'm sure everybody must have experienced some form of person like that in their life at some point in time, maybe family, friendship, relationship, because it's very likely that everybody has experienced somebody like that around them.
Yeah, and then again, I have to mention in this context too, my children always tell me I am way too patient. And that is true, because I think another woman would have put an end to this relationship since a long, long, long time. But I'm Libra, and Libras are known to look for harmony, and they are you see, my problem is I do understand people. Even in a quarrel, if you tell me, you and me quarrel, you tell me your opinion, although I know inside of me, that's not really what I can accept or what is right for me or whatever. I understand you. I do understand. I say,
She understands your point of view.
I understand the other person's point of view, and I accept it to a degree that sometimes it makes me even speechless. I cannot even counteract that at that moment, because it's like, well, I do understand you. And then later on, when this part is over, and I say, but, hey, Sabina, are you mad? I mean, that person was completely wrong in this and this and this and this aspect, and why couldn't you tell the person that at that point in time and clear up the situation? No, at that moment, I'm like, I understand you so good.
She always just tries to put herself in the other person's position, basically, and then that's when you get a lot of she's a very compassionate person and stuff like that. So
emphatic.
Yeah, good now.
Emphatic
exactly.
is even worse than compassionate.
So,
emphatic come like,
it's just like and it's not like we as her children, we are very honest with her, and we have been telling her this over the years, like even when we said certain stuff with that individual as well. It's not like we just say, all right, make she fend for herself or whatever. No, we turn to her and say, hey, this and that, and you're very patient, and you shouldn't allow this type of stuff and whatsoever. But at the end of the day, mommy is our one big woman.
The amount of people that have told me over the years that this person does not deserve me at all. The amount of people is like all my friends, all my family, everybody that knows me a little bit better and have witnessed certain things always came and went, boy, Sabina, you deserve so much better. And yes, I know that, but you see, I don't know why the love for this man is still there, but it is still there, and even this morning I talked with Melody about it. I do not understand why, because by all means, with all the things that have happened, I should almost hate him, and I don't. So basically this is another chapter in my life that is finished now.
Yes,
new things have to come, and better things will come, I hope. Looking forward to it, basically, because hey, we are not dead yet, so we have some piece of life coming still, and I only hope it will be better. I am extremely, again, grateful to have my children, who are very, very supportive, very loving, and our closeness means the world to me. And I love my grandchildren to death, of course. So, very, very grateful.
We love you, mommy. And you'll be okay.
Sorry, didn't want to cry. Stop crying now.
Yes. So even if anybody has been through any type of situation, breaks up and stuff, if you have any good advice on how to get over it better or faster, or what worked for you, maybe you can help out,
Or
and just
if
comment
anybody,
it down below, because I know everybody goes through a
yeah,
breakup.
or if anybody needs some support from us, some strength from us, if we can help in any way, please let us know. We will be there for you.
Because with mommy, we're literally having conversations every day, because it helps her to talk about stuff. So for her, it's like she talks to Yosha about it, she talks to Mayumi about it, she talks to me about it. Like every morning when I wake up and I say, hey, good
Not
morning.
every morning.
Almost every
All
morning. And I just say good morning.
But you will get to understand why this part is very hard when the time comes, because something happened that you won't really expect. So you will see.
Yeah. But within the last few years of how a lot of these stuff happened, I was, of course, in Germany studying and stuff. So maybe the next video will be a little update on that, because in 2019 I graduated.
Right.
So that is going to probably be the next update on my whole life situation in Germany, you know, being away and apart.
I was at
from
her
them.
Graduation.
Yeah, she was. But yeah, this is pretty much it for today's story time, guys. So remember, if you guys have any form of advice, maybe about breakups or dealing with people that have an alcohol problem, or anything that has to do with what we spoke about today, just drop them down below. Each one teach one. Everybody is here willing to learn, and you know, it's very relatable. So just share your stories, and you never know how it may help out somebody.
Exactly.
So yeah, just please share down in the comment section down below. You don't have to get in details with anything, you know. You don't have to let it even be known if it's about you or anything like that. Just there's a way to state it in a general form, if you get what I mean. But yeah, this is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, guys. Subscribe to your girl, please. We're almost at 40K.
And still didn't reach them for her birthday.
Yes.
Sure.
And I let me down. A joke. But yeah, please remember to subscribe, like, and share, guys. And we will see you in my next video. Bye.